though. When you say, like making money, monetization, that's not bad. You could be the most humble person on the planet, and you don't need to rock Rolexes and Louis Vuitton and have Bentleys. If you're making money, man, and you're humble or whatever, I don't use that word very often, give it to the church. Give it to people in need. The more money I have, the more I can actually help people. I'm gonna go create a school in my community, or go create, education where people actually need it. If you need money to actually make things go and move. Money is energy.
Absolutely.
So the bar is this: boring equals broke. Boring equals broke. So we're talking about how to create a mass movement. Van said, first thing, you gotta be the charismatic leader of your mass movement. So does that mean you gotta be Kanye, or you gotta be Lady Gaga, or you gotta be Dennis? No. You just gotta speak your truth, your word. And if you're gonna find out there's people just like you, with a similar background, similar situation, and you will talk to them. But if you gotta get consistent.
When you think about EYL, you think about recession proof. You think these are mass movements. Right? It's bigger than credit. It's bigger than financial literacy. It's a movement.
It's a mass movement.
It's a mass movement. And all of those people I just talked about have what? Charismatic characters.
How do we take a very unpopular subject and turn that into a mass movement and a new opportunity? So on the 5-day challenge, man, I said screw it. Van says screw it. We're gonna give you everything, bro. We're gonna give you the secret sauce of how literally we have created an 8-figure mass movement.
Hey, wait. I know you want to watch this next video, but listen, if you are an entrepreneur, business coach, business consultant, or a small business owner who has a story and wants to learn how to create multiple streams of income from your story, I need you to text me right now, my book, to 646-687-4152. That is my personal number. I have been an author for over 12 years. I've written 10 books. 4 of them have been bestsellers, and I've sold over 100,000 books. But I've also helped a lot of my clients take their expertise and put it into a story, then create multiple streams of income from that. So I want to help you do the same thing. So text my book to 646-687-4152. All right, let's go back to the video. So welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. Listen, when I tell you that during the pandemic, there were more millionaires made than ever before. Everybody was home, so if you had an education-based type of business, people were looking for you to learn what you have to teach. And now that we're out of the pandemic, it does not mean that the internet marketing and online education space has slowed down. In fact, it's actually picked up. But how do you close sales? How do you create a mass movement? How do you make sure that your knowledge reaches the masses in a way that can make you money, give you the authority, give you everything that you desire out of your business in record time? Well, today, I have Mr. Go All In and the Master of Sales. They join together to impact more people and help them thrive. And that is their superpower, and help them thrive in their superpower and live in their purpose. I got my guy, Van Taylor, in the building. Mike Barron in the building. This is your show.
Man.
I wanted to make the right intro, right? Good. Because what we're literally gonna do is teach people how to make a lot of money in a short period of time, being who they are already in their superpower. What I said earlier about, people making a lot of money online, the pandemic was an eye-opener because it showed us that if you have a set of skills or you have a set of knowledge, and you are able to package that knowledge and give it to people who want that knowledge and who are interested in learning that knowledge, that you could really scale a business really quickly. But you guys have perfected it in such a way where not only are you guys perfecting the sales aspect of it, and you're gonna give us some tangible ways that people can lock in. Not only have you created a way where you could create a mass movement and get a lot of people into you. Like there's a lot of game that you're gonna give away.
Oh, yeah.
But before we even start there, who is Van Taylor? Who's Mike Barry?
Yeah. I'll let you go first, man.
Okay, let's do it. We didn't talk about this. I became a millionaire during the pandemic. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so who's Mike Barron? I'm the mayor of San Diego. I'm gonna give my elevator pitch. I was born to a 6-year-old single mom. Grew up in Section 8. I'm 38 today. I was born in '84. So my influences were like Pac and Biggie and Boys in the Hood and Dope being Menace. So I'm terrorizing classrooms as a kid. I go to high school. I think I'm a gangster. I want to be a gangster. I got out of high school with 2 felonies. Was never a bad dude. Wanted to be rough and tough. Somewhere along the lines of my 20s, I meet my wife. I get my stuff together. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I go to corporate. And basically, I become a career advisor. I go from career advisor to director to president. It looks cool on paper, but I'm still paycheck to paycheck. I found a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm sure you know that one.
Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
I get hooked on Tony Robbins. I get hooked on Eric Thomas. I get hooked on Grant Cardone. I get hooked on personal development, Bob Proctor, on and on and on. I learned one skill set, sales and closing. I started doing that, started making money on the internet, closing deals. Started making 6 figures a month in 2016, 2017, and this year, man, we made, me and my partner, we made Inc. 5000, one of the fastest growing companies in America, 332.
Nice.
And we got a team of 100 people, man, and growing, man. So that's the short of it. So that's me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He left a lot out. But,
I did.
I'm trying to say, Van Taylor, Mr. Go All In. I'm a father of 7. I'm very big on purpose, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very big on impacting humanity.
Yeah.
I can go a whole story long, but I'm just gonna start with who I am today, because who I was 6 months ago don't matter. Who I was yesterday don't matter. Who I am today is someone that if it don't impact, I'm not doing it. My ROI is return on impact. So my whole goal and whole life mission right now is to impact people and show people how to wake up every day and be who they are. How to wake up every day and be who God put you on this earth to be, which is give back to humanity with your gift.
Absolutely.
We all got a gift.
Yep.
Your gift is right here. We're sitting in your gift right now, the ability to motivate and inspire and give education to people.
Yeah.
My gift is the ability to motivate people to be who they truly are inside and to wake up every day and get rewarded for that financially. Meaning you can wake up every day and give your gift, your superpower away to humanity and be rewarded for that financially, so you don't ever have to worry about money again in your life. Just waking up every day being who you are. So again, I listen, I can go stories and stories and stories, but Van Taylor is a guy right now that wants to give impact and give back to humanity.
Yeah, and I love that you said that, because I think that there's this misconception that giving back humanity is mutually exclusive from making money, right? Like if you're gonna give back, if you're gonna be humanitarian, that connecting that with making money, but making a lot of money, there's actually, like, it almost feels like there's something wrong with that. I mean, you guys have been able to come together and make millions of dollars. Tens of millions, because you left that out, and I want to be clear that you guys have made tens of millions of dollars. The receipts are available for anybody who wants to check. But you do it in a way where you're helping people close sales. You're helping people learn how to create a mass movement. I want to talk about that, because there's a lot of people out here who have brands, who are starting out, who feel like they have a great product or service, but they feel like they got to start slow. Right? That they gotta build this mass movement. It's gonna take years for them to do it. Where you guys have a formula where, with the right program, with the right energy, you could create a mass movement in months. Talk about that.
I want to let you talk about that, because this is your superpower right now.
Okay, so first off, I want to go back though. When you say like making money, monetization, that's not bad. You could be the most humble person on the planet. And you don't need to rock Rolexes and Louis Vuitton and have Bentleys. if you're making money, man, and you're humble or whatever, I don't use that word very often, give to the church, give to people in need.
Yeah.
The more money I have, the more I can actually help people.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm going to go create a school in my community, or go create, education where people actually need it. If you need money to actually make things go and move.
Yeah.
Money is energy.
Absolutely.
So how to create a mass movement, man. So let me kind of back up a little bit. So I know Van from 2018, and I was working with trainers and gym owners. And I used to do that to make money. I used to run Facebook ads, and I used to teach them how to sell. So Van ended up buying one of my programs 4 years ago. And I used to do that just because it was a means to make money. I was not super passionate about fitness back then. I wasn't even going to the gym back then. It was like, okay, I got this little skill set, let me make money. I was not the best internet marketer. I was not the best funnel builder. I was not the best freaking automation dude. I met a guy, and he told me, he said, hey man, you ain't really that good at Facebook and running ads, bro. He's like, bro, I know Jordan Belfort, I'm Grant, he started naming all these names, Dan Locke, whatever. He said, bro, where you slice, where you are different than everybody. He's like, your ability to sell and close deals is on a whole different level on the internet. I said, what you talking about, man? He said, what you should do, man, is go hook up with big coaches and online marketers like me. You should train salespeople. You should get them certified under your name and your brand, and you should supply them. So anytime someone needs a closer, they got to go through you. You own all, you got to go through Mike, you got to go through Van. Okay. So long story short, I went from $250,000 a month to making over $1 million a month just by really going into something I was good at, my superpower, my passion, versus this is just a means to make money.
Wow.
Okay, so what does that mean for the audience? Okay, how are you the closer? Are you the the Shopify person? I believe that God gave everybody a natural gift and a passion and a purpose. Whether you know that today or not, it don't matter. But once you find that, some people are passionate about baking cakes. Some people are passionate about poodles. Some people are passionate about fitness, sales and closing, or creating a brand. So what we do is we help people find their passions, turn those into profits, but then how to create a mass movement. So we got a whole formula to that.
Yeah.
I keep going.
Yeah. So I was starting a mass movement before I even knew I was starting a mass movement, because to have a mass movement, first of all, you got to accept that you're the attractive character in your business.
Yeah.
Most of it is personal branding, right? Your face, your voice, your story. A lot of times we're shy to tell our story. So the only way someone is going to get behind Ash Cash is because at some point in time, you've told your story of where you were at, how you got to this point, and someone resonated with you, with your voice, your motivation, your background, and they said, okay, I can rock with that. So they was like, okay, Ash Cash as the attractive character, I'm following everything he does. I'll give an even more real-time example of what I've witnessed you do over the last 6 months. Path to Prosperity, right? Triple-headed monster. You guys are successful. You guys have your own individual stories, but you guys have your own individual game and superpowers. You came together and said, hey, if you want the path to prosperity, you need to do this.
Right.
And you gave the blueprint. And it wasn't about just teaching them, credit, or teaching them, how to write a book. It was teaching them, hey, listen, this is a future-based cause that we're all going towards, which is prosperity. Prosperity is your birthright.
Yeah.
And you went out and you produced content about that. You went out and this was the biggest thing that you've ever done in your life from what I've witnessed. And literally that's how you create a mass movement. Right. So for us, we show people how to accept to be the attractive character in your business and own your story. Don't be shy of what's happened to you in the past. Don't be shy of all those hiccups that you had in the past, because ultimately that's how you can get people past their hiccups and their issues, because you've been able to accomplish it. So that's step one, being an attractive character in the business. What's step two?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the mass movement now. I'm gonna piggyback off that. So as far as the attractive character, we can call that the attractive character. Every mass movement, I studied this. I wish I could take credit for this, but a lot of this is Russell. And every mass movement from the beginning of time, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, even crazy people like Hitler, there was some sort of attractive character. Okay, and what's the attractive character? They call that the charismatic leader. he or she dresses a certain way, he or she talks a certain way, he or she got some sort of charisma or just some sort of smoothness about him or her that like makes people, that's Kevin Hart, that's Jim Carrey, that's Beyonce, you know, that's Jay-Z, right? So every single mass movement has the attractive character, and when you're the attractive character, there's something called the prolific index. Have you heard of that? No? Okay, watch this. You're gonna love this. So there's something called the prolific index. On the left-hand side of the prolific index, it's mainstream. That's eat 6 servings of vegetables each day. That's go to school, get a degree. That's CNN, that's Fox. That's like, you know, do these right things and get a 401k and white picket fence. That's mainstream. That's what's top at the mainstream. On the right-hand side of the index, it's called crazy. So crazy would be me, you, and Van doing cocaine every night, drinking and driving 150, 180 on the freeway every night, and we at the nightclub every night, and we doing either crazier stuff. Crazy ain't doing nothing but taking you to the graveyard or prison.
Right.
It ain't. You can't. We know people in our past that live like that and have lived like that. It don't last, right? So we got mainstream. We got crazy. Right here, there's a sweet spot, and they call that prolific. Prolific. I got a Lamborghini. I got a McLaren. My Lamborghini on the bottom said prolific. So prolific is not quite crazy, but it's definitely not mainstream. And what prolific is, it's an individual that kind of pushes the envelope. It's Dennis Rodman back in the day. It's Lady Gaga when she pulled up to the Grammys with the meat dress. You know, it's Howard Stern having naked people in his studio in 1993 when no one ever seen it, or Mike Tyson.
Kanye right now.
Kanye right now.
Right.
You know, so the bar is this: boring equals broke. Boring equals broke. So we're talking about how to create a mass movement. Van said, first thing you gotta be the charismatic leader of your mass movement. So does that mean you gotta be Kanye, or you gotta be Lady Gaga, or you gotta be Dennis? No. Nah. You just gotta speak your truth, your word. And if you're gonna find out there's people just like you with a similar background, similar situation, and you will talk to them. But if you gotta get consistent, you gotta be on Instagram stories, Facebook Live, TikTok, if you consistently put out your messaging, you will find people all across the globe that like actually rock with you and that will follow you. One thing I want to say to that point is, you know, not that I'm so cool, but I do my stories every day. I remember recently a woman hit me. She said, "Mike, you don't know me. I've been following you for 4 or 5 years. You don't know me, but I watch your stories because they help me get through the day. Your inspiration, you know, some of the success you and Van are having right now, like it helps me and inspires me. And I always knew that I'd hit you up. And today's that special day. You guys are a blessing to the world, et cetera, et cetera." This is a woman that I've been watching my story for 5 years, man.
Wow.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And all you're doing is just talking that message. So if we talk about a mass movement, okay, you have to have a charismatic leader. That's the first thing. You gotta be that charismatic leader for your movement. Like, get on my back, follow me. I know where we're going. So I keep going, but
Yeah. So from that, you got the charismatic, and then you got a future-based cause. So for example, let's say you're the churro guy, right? We got some clients that, you know, we've helped build their brand, and instead of being the churro guy, they say, "We're going to show you how to drive your dream car for free." Right? So now you have something, a movement of people that want to now drive their dream car for free. Instead of being the status quo of, "Hey, I'm gonna drive this Honda, I'm gonna drive this, this Toyota Camry because it's within my means." So they created a program to show them how you can drive a Lamborghini, you can drive a McLaren, you can drive a Bentley for free.
Yeah.
Right? So now the law of attraction, you're attracting those type of people in your life when you're driving cars like that. And it's not gonna be something that's a financial risk to you.
Right.
We're gonna show you how to do it for free.
Right.
So now they got hundreds of people in this Facebook group, hundreds of people, the thousands of people that have attended their events. And now instead of just being, "Hey, I'm gonna show you how to do Toro," or "I'm gonna show you how to get a couple cars and make some money on the side," I'm gonna show you how to drive your dream car for free.
Yeah.
Now it becomes a mass movement. So
Yeah.
everything they're talking about is about, hey, let me show you how to drive your dream car for free. Big shout out to Oscar and Jesus, man, out of San Diego, man.
Yeah.
Let me touch on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got students and partners, Oscar and Jesus, and we met them in Vegas. That's where y'all met, right?
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
So they from San Diego, and they see me, they see the hat, whatever. Van, you know, a little more introduction. I'm like, what do y'all do? Oh, we do touring. Oh yeah, what do y'all do? Man, we got Raris and Lambs and boo boo. I was like, okay, cool, man. I was like, hey man, I bet y'all can make way more money, reach more people, and still be, you know, on purpose if you just taught people how to do that. They're like, okay, what you talking about? It fizzles out. Van hits me up. 2 months later, Van, I want to, you know, I want to get connected with Oscar and Jesus again. Oh man, come on, let's go. He takes me, right? So we do that, and I know you said it, but they created their Toro Academy. But I just want to put emphasis on this. If we go like this, hey man, I'm gonna teach you how to create a Toro Academy. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's the new opportunity. You know, so we got to have a charismatic leader, okay? Jesus Christ, Ash Cash, Van Taylor, Mike Maron, and then you have to have a new opportunity. Drive your dream car for free.
Yeah.
So they got to what? Drive. How you do that, man?
Yeah.
You got a little coin to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I wanna say that just for those who are missing it, right? Mass movements is about taking something that's already here,
Let's talk about that, man.
packaging it and making it a little
almost.
sexy,
Yes.
right? And it's funny because, like you said, you know, we did it with P2P, even my book coaching program, right? You know, and I did it without even knowing I was doing it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I have a book coaching program. I'm teaching people how to make 15 streams of income from that program.
New opportunity.
But one, that was a new opportunity. But one of the things I realized was that the majority of authors who self-publish a book sell about 250 books in a year. And so this thought process of being a six-figure author
It's not real.
was not real
For most of them.
for most of them. And so because I became a six-figure author, I said, look, I'm going to create the six-figure author blueprint, which is something that was brand new, was sexy for an author. Authors like, what? 6 figures? I can make 6 figures off a book.
Yeah.
And that clicked to me when you guys gave the example of, do you have a Toro program? Or I'm going to help you. Of course, help me drive my dream car for free.
So imagine you go like this. Hey man, I'm gonna help you sell books.
Right.
Hey man, 6-figure author academy. Just as an example.
Yeah.
Oh, what? How you do that?
Yeah.
You know. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah. And you know, what, like for entrepreneur right now, right, who is looking to like create that mass movement, what's the biggest mistake they're making?
Yeah.
Looking to other people of what they're doing.
Yeah.
That might be bigger than them or are bigger than them, have bigger platforms than them, have more followers than them, have more content than them, and being intimidated by that and not starting.
Wow.
Because it's like, well, he already has the followers. He's already in this niche. He's already bigger than me. Why would people listen to me?
Yeah.
So they don't even start.
Yeah.
It's some brilliant people watching this right now.
Yeah.
You have an expertise. You have a proven system. You have passion. You have a story behind you. And you have a voice that the world is waiting for you to see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do credit, right? I'm sure you know, we in Atlanta, all over the world.
Absolutely.
I'll be at the local, you know, hip 100 joint. Hey, what you? I do credit.
Everybody does credit, right? Right. I met you at a conference, right?
Right.
That majority of the people in the room do credit.
Facts.
However, when you think about EYL, you think about recession proof. You think these are mass movements.
Right.
Right. It's bigger than credit.
Yep.
It's bigger than financial literacy.
Yeah.
It's a movement.
It's a mass movement.
It's a mass movement. And all of those people I just talked about have what? Charismatic characters.
Characters, yes.
Right? To it, right? And you've been on stage with these people. You've interviewed these people.
Yep.
Look at the Neils of the world, the David Shans of the world. They all have a movement behind them, and they're the charismatic character, but they have a future-based cause.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So for us, for that person that's sitting on the couch right now listening to this podcast, They all started with one follower. They all started with one customer. They all started with one post. They all started with one mastermind. They all started with one event. If you're looking at someone that's doing 5,000 people in an event, 3,000 people in an event, 3,000 people, 2,000 people in an event, you don't want to look at them as the blueprint. You want to look at them as what's possible when you're consistent and you go all in on your voice and your gift. God is only going to give you what you can handle right now. You might not be able to handle 4,000 people in an event right now. You might not be able to handle 150 clients right now today, but you can handle 2. You can handle 4. You can handle 8. You can handle 16. You can handle 32, right? Eric Thomas told me something very, very, that you got to master small. You got to be okay with being small. You got to master small, because until you can master small, you can't master big. And that's what I would give the advice to the person that's sitting right now listening to this, of like, what's the biggest mistake that they're making right now? Not starting. Right?
And I love that, because I think that, I mean, we all in some way, shape, form, or another, may fall victim to that. Right? Where you have this vision, and the vision looks similar to what somebody else is doing. So you're like, oh, they beat me to it already. They've reached that pinnacle, not realizing that most people haven't even scratched the surface yet, right? Because even when you think about the people who are at the top of the game, they haven't even cornered 1% of the market, right? So they might be right now, the people who are at the top of the game, but there's still enough room. There's still room for other mass movements, other, programs and things that people need. And so let's talk about the sales aspect of this, right? Because, you create this, this mass movement. People are interested in what you offer. And they, like, how do you close them, right? Because I see all the time people who are able to do a webinar and get hundreds of people on the webinar, and are able to get people excited about what they have to offer, but for one reason or the other, they're not able to close. They're not able to make the money that they desire to make. So what's the secret to closing that deal?
I'm gonna let you start with that, man.
So for me, man, I don't wing it. He don't wing it. We got a very exact process. Very, very, where I'm at in the sales process. You go to the doctor, you're like, oh, my throat don't feel good. He or she don't make it up. So you got, I would say first rule of selling, always agree. A lot of people don't like salespeople because somewhere in your life somebody was pushy, or somebody made you feel uncomfortable, and you're like, hey man, I kind of need to think about it, bro. He's like, no, you don't. If somebody cold called you or knocked on your door, and you're like, hey man, we're not interested. And that's not what sales is. That's not what professional sales is. What professional sales is helping consumers make buying decisions that are good for them. Underline, good for them. Like I'm not going to give you something that's not good for you. I'm not going to recommend it. But if I know what's good for you, if me and Van know what's good for you, and you can't quite see it, well, we're going to show you the process. And at the very end, if you still don't see it, we'll lean on you a little bit. But that's not really what professional sales is. So I would say the first rule of selling is always agree. I go like this, someone say, hey man, I want to be on the podcast. Hey man, I want the website. What I got to do? It's $5,000. $5,000, that's a lot of money. An amateur is going to fight and say, well, really, it's not that much money because so-and-so down the street charges less. And now you're out of agreement. So what you have to do in a sales process, you have to stay in agreement. I don't want to be here, me and Van on one side of the table, and then the prospect's there, and we on opposite ends. I want to, both of us get up, we go around the table, and now we on the same side, man. Let's figure this out. So I would say get an agreement, always agree. You have to have a sales process. We got a very, exact sales process. I'll give it to you right now. And the very first thing in the sales process is you have to have a professional introduction. It's the easiest part. That's step number one. Hey, I'm Mike Barron. This is my partner, Van Taylor. Ash Cash, it's finally nice to meet you, man. What's going on, man? It's pretty cold outside, huh? Professional introduction. Okay. You can also state your intention. Hey, the reason why we pulled up today is because of A, B, and C. It's because we want to help you. It's because we understand you like to drive, supercars, but you don't know how to get started. Is that right? Okay, cool. So we do an introduction. Number 2, we do, we're going to talk about sales. So we do fact finding. And we say fact find like a doctor. Hey man, so what's going on, man? Oh, okay, cool. What's up with your sales process? Oh, you ain't got no sales process. Okay, who's calling your leads right now? Oh, you calling your leads? Okay, cool, man. And then you think you're missing up. I'm starting from a place of like unknown. I'm asking questions like a doctor professionally, and then I'm finding out the problem this dude is having, or this problem that he or she's looking to solve. Why we say fact find like a doctor? Mike, Van, why you come in today? Oh, my shoulder don't feel good. Okay, which shoulder, left or right? Oh, right? Okay, cool. Is it sharp or dull pain? Oh, it's dull? Okay, cool. When I move it to the right, if I move it to the left, so the doctor starts here, asks the right questions, and the doctor goes like this, man, based on what you're telling me, it sounds like you got a torn rotator cuff, but to be sure, let's get you over to imaging, and then doctor will give you like a remedy for that solution.
Yeah.
So we go like this. We'll go faster. Introduction. We go fact finding. Okay, find out what problem that this person's looking to solve. Okay, then we do number 3 is demonstration. Okay, or a presentation. So I know what you're looking for, what problem you're solving based on my questions. This is where I show you how my product and service takes you from where you're at to where you want to be. Let me demonstrate this. Let me show you. I walk in the car dealership. Hey man, introduction. Hey man, I need an SUV. My family's growing. Okay, the car guy has the data. Now the car person's gonna go show me the Cadillac Escalade. It's leather and it's a cold AC. Let's go take it for a drive. You like this? It's pretty cool, right? You demonstrate the benefits and features. Step number 4 is the test close. So you took them through the whole process. Hey man, how's everything sound so far? Oh, sounds good? Okay, cool. When I do a test close, how does everything sound so far? That's letting me know if I'm okay to actually go forward with the close. Can I proceed? Because if I go like this, how does everything sound so far? And they go like this, I don't know. It looks like everything else I've seen. I messed up somewhere.
Right.
So if I messed up somewhere, I got to go create the value, make it real, go back in on the presentation. Talking fast. And the final step is the close. That's where we exchange money for service or product. And the way we say it is, if there ain't no close, there ain't no exchange. If we don't exchange, we can't help you. So we will help you make a decision, man, that's good for you if we need to.
Yeah.
And most people get uncomfortable by rejection. So during a webinar, let's talk about a webinar for you guys out here doing webinars. We're speeding through the close because we're scared of rejection. So you spent an hour and a half on giving game.
You go 5 minutes to the close.
And then the close, you're like 3 minutes. Okay,
Right.
this is what it is.
You on stage the whole time.
And
then comes time to close.
And then it's like you give them the stack close if you're doing that, or you're just showing them like the features and benefits and what the offer is. And like, all right, guys, well, here's the website link. And if you want to tap in, and I'll see you guys Monday. And then you close the Zoom down. That's not how you close. So for example, if you are doing live webinars, I'll give an example. You want to be through the whole webinar breaking down limiting beliefs. So your whole presentation the sales process starts actually when the webinar starts. You have to break down limiting beliefs. You have to break down the things that people are going to have objections about. Time, money, I need to think about it. I want to try it on my own. Spouse, schedule. I'll give you the what I just gave you. It's called missed. Those are the only objections you're going to get in the sales process. Money, I need to think about it. I want to try it on my own. My spouse ain't here. I don't have time, schedule. And possibly the term, I don't know if I can commit to your program for 12 months. I don't know if I can commit for 6 months. So if you know that that's the only objections, because those are the only objections that you will get, you have to overcome those things throughout the whole webinar or through your challenges or through the sales process if you're doing one-on-one calls from a book a call funnel. Now, most people out there that are sitting here today don't have the skill set to do this. You're focusing on, or the time, because you got content you're trying to shoot, you're trying to craft your offers. You might still have a 9-to-5 job that you're doing. So the best thing to do, and what I've done, even being a master salesperson, is I outsource the sales. Meaning I have people that do the sales for me. I don't get on sales calls anymore, right? I have salespeople in place that I can manage the expectation. I can manage the numbers to where I know, hey, if you're not doing X amount of calls, that's the outflow. You're not getting enough outflow. If you're not closing enough deals, if your closing percentage falls under 30%, then I know it's a skill issue, right? If your show percentage falls below 50%, I know it's a ability and a skill set to get people to show up to the call. So it's about metrics, and then it's also about knowing that most likely you're in a position right now that you need to outsource your sales to get more results. So I think that's the biggest challenge that most entrepreneurs have, is when to outsource the sales, or if you're going to do the sales yourself, skill up your ability to sell, and close your prospects.
Yeah, no, I love that. And, we talked earlier about this space that we're in, this internet space where, people are figuring out, they got products and services, and, they're creating the mass movement. They want to create the sales, but there are people who, just to be honest, like if people are making money fast, you're gonna have some bad actors.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some people who take advantage, of this ability to make money in a fast way. One of the things that I think, you started during the pandemic, people were making a lot of money through Clubhouse. They were on Clubhouse, showing their expertise and selling courses. People were doing webinars. One of the things that I think came out of this, which was a great way to, help diffuse that, was the 5-day challenge, right? Because, if you're an insider, if you've heard me say this before, but I'm a big fan of the 5-day challenge. I think the 5-day challenge kind of weeds out, the phonies, if you will, because you could fake and you can motivate, you could do whatever, you could pretend to be somebody in an hour, you could pretend to be somebody, during a call. But if you spend 5 days with somebody, you could tell who, really is giving information and who's fluffing. Right. You guys decided to come together and create this 5-day challenge where not only are, you giving the game, because you gave a lot of game, like even, and I'm gonna ask y'all this question too after I let y'all answer, because I have a mass movement that I want to create as well. I want to get your thoughts on it. So we'll put y'all on the spot, and I need y'all to tell me, all right, this is what direction you need to go.
Definitely.
But you guys came together and said you're going to create a 5-day challenge to help people with sales, help people create their mass movement. Talk about that 5-day challenge.
So we were like, hey, we seeing all these people do 5-day challenges, right? People that have mass movements, people that are highly successful, right? I'm talking about the people like yourself and our counterparts that we know is vetted and given real value. So we say, you know what, we want to do a 5-day challenge. Which route do we want to go? Do we want to teach people sales? Do we want to teach people, how to become a salesperson? Do we want to teach people how to create a sales agency? Because we got all these different lanes. And you say, you know what? Let's teach people how to start a mass movement. Let's teach people, because that's what's going to impact people the most, because there's a lot of people sitting on the couch right now with expertise that God gave them some talents, that the LeBron James of the basketball world that's just sitting on the couch, that once they come out, because they got the blueprint, is going to change the world. So we said, let's do the mass movement challenge, because I think that's going to give us the people the biggest impact. And like you said, most people during the pandemic were just able to fluff their way through and make a bag, but that money's slowing down right now, right? That PPP money gone, that Clubhouse money is gone, that people just getting all these, this money and they're just throwing money at everything, that's gone. So you got to have real value, right? So we said, let's do the mass movement challenge. And my partner right here he's a master at systems. He's a master at he's a master operator. He's a sales dude disguised, but he's really a master operator. Right. So when you talk about SOPs and systems, I'm out.
Right.
I'm a high D personality. At the end of the day, we're gonna land this plane. There might be some turbulence on the way. Right. But we're gonna get there, right? He got SOPs I'm talking about everything. So I said, you know what, bro? He was sending me all these different things. I said, mass movement challenge. He was like, boop, that's it.
I was talking sales stuff.
And
he said mass movement challenge. And I said, zip. That's where we're going. But the whole thing is we could reach more people. And we said it earlier, man. But the thing is that everybody got their own superpower. I told you a story where I was just working my butt off, and I was actually doing 12, 14 hours a day, making just north of 6 figures, but I was just doing it to make money. And then I was like, oh, dang, I am really passionate about sales and closing. I pivoted, switched gears, man. We 10 times that amount just by doing
what I love to do, which is sales and closing. You know what I mean? So some people love horses, some people love dogs, some people love sales, some people love swimming. There's ex-professional athletes that have performed at a athletic level at the highest. Why are they not out here teaching, moving people, leading up a mass movement, and then not just giving back, but also monetizing that? People will pay for your information. My mother-in-law, man, she got the best Mexican food in the whole city, hands down. I'll put it against anybody. Why she got on mass movement? Make some tacos. Some tamales. Like, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
And so take me through this process, right? Like somebody spends 5 days with you. What's the end result? What are they getting out of spending 5 days with Mike and Van?
Yeah. So I'll tell you like this. We got a legit 8-figure company. We one of the rare 8-figure online coaches academies in the whole internet. And we don't do it, it I'm not knocking this, but we don't grab, 3 million on stage and then we'll pull up another 6 months and grab. We're doing it day in, day out. We have a real business, over 100 people on the team. So we got 100 people on the team. We have thousands of students, I'm talking about thousands of students that have paid high ticket, like thousands. Ain't nobody upset, ain't nobody mad, ain't nobody talking about Van scamming. We got a beautiful community. We know how to do it.
Yeah.
We took a very unpopular subject, sales. Ain't nobody ever want to do sales.
Right.
I'll do anything but sales. Ain't nobody want to do sales. How do we take a very unpopular subject and turn that into a mass movement and a new opportunity? So on the 5-day challenge, man, I said, screw it. Van said, screw it. We're gonna give you everything, bro. We're gonna give you the secret sauce of how literally we have created an 8-figure mass movement. And I don't care if you're the salesperson or the horse person, if you take it and run the place, it's gonna work. The only reason it won't work is because you don't run the play.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you workbooks and you're gonna get homework and you're gonna have accountability. We gonna pull up. When I looked at the syllabus of everything, I'm like, how are we gonna do this in 5 days?
Right.
Like, how are we gonna get it? Because it's designed, a lot of people have challenges and some of it's fluff, some of it is geared towards, just making an offer at the end. And obviously we'll have an offer for people to come in and tap in, but the people that actually come, show up and operate from everything that we give them, they'll be able to have the blueprint on how to create a mass movement.
Yeah.
Right? They'll be motivated and inspired to that their voice is worth something in the marketplace. They'll be inspired to tell a story that they might not be proud of. Like, I went to jail in 2018. I lost everything.
Wow.
Right? Like, they thought I was a terrorist. They took my houses, my car, like everything. I lost everything. I was in jail for 18 months.
Wow.
I got out in 2018 to nothing, literally zero. And I built my life back up. I've created my own mass movement. I've partnered with Mike. We've created a whole nother mass movement. And my story was I was embarrassed by it. I didn't tell people a lot. I think the first time I told my story was on $1 Million Worth of Game. Because I got confidence from Waldo. He did 18 years, and my little 18 months. Like, why I'm tripping about my little 18 months? He did 18 years. He just signed a $100 million deal. Right, for his podcast. And he tells his story every day. He doesn't. So a lot of the people that are going to come to this 5-day challenge is for those people that you're scared to tell your story. You're embarrassed by your past. You don't feel like your voice is going to be heard. You want to teach something that's in a crowded niche. We're going to show you how to stand apart from all of those limiting beliefs and take my story of how from 2018 I started from zero and built a successful business and have helped a lot of people. How he was on Section 8, how he was only making low 6 figures, and now he's built an 8-figure business by accepting his story, his superpower, and putting it out. And we're going to give the full blueprint over those 5 days. So, for sure.
I'm gonna ask you something real quick. Thank you.
Bro,
This guy. Take a word with this guy. Let me ask a question. You on ClickFunnels?
I am.
Of course, right? How long have you been on ClickFunnels?
Sheesh. For a while.
For a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no right or wrong answer.
Yep.
Maybe you believe this, but perhaps you don't. Do you believe ClickFunnels is the best website software?
The best website software? I mean, it's easy, So it's
drop and click, right?
Yeah, drop and click. Yeah.
Okay. This is what I'm getting at. I don't believe, because we've been on ClickFunnels for years.
Yeah.
And I just want to give it kind of like a little case study. So people that watching, this is the internet people too, right?
Yeah.
So that they can kind of be like, okay, I see what these guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Me, I don't believe ClickFunnels is the best software. It could be.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm with it. That's not why we're all with it. It's a mass movement.
I was going to say that. No. It's so funny. I was going to say that because as you start asking it, I was like, honestly, I've been with them for years, but I wanted the 2cc awards.
Okay, watch.
I want
Exactly.
to make $1 million worth of sales so I can get my award.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, could WordPress do that?
Absolutely.
Squarespace,
Yep.
Wix, all of them, right?
Yep.
But Squarespace was like, hey, create a website.
Yeah.
Wix was like, create a website. WordPress is like, create a website.
Yeah.
So we got this cat talking fast as hell in Boise, Idaho, white dude.
Yeah.
We call him Russell Brunson. Kidding. And he's out here and he's just the charismatic leader and he buttoned up and looking super safe and you know like I'm gonna give him my credit card and he's on stage and he's good and then we got the new opportunity.
Right.
Listen, you can get rid of your website developers. It's a brand new thing. It's called funnels. It's a brand new thing.
Right.
Parentheses, new opportunity.
Right.
Man, Squarespace could
Absolutely.
do all that, right?
Yeah.
It's a brand. And then you got the future-based cause. Man, if you won't funnel away. If you just get, man, first time I seen that like 2015, 16.
Yeah.
That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. First time I got one, man.
Yeah.
First, me personally, me and Van got one in 90 days. But
Yeah.
first time I got my first one, man.
Yeah.
My wife was there.
Yeah.
And I was like emotional.
Yeah.
Like with tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Hard work does pay.
Right.
You know, but what's
Yeah.
the point? That shows you if you really run the play, we got
Yeah.
the charismatic leader, the new opportunity, the future-based cause to get the plaque. It just shows you the power
Yeah.
of what a mass movement is.
Yeah. And it was so funny because I was working with a company that that was helping me, recraft one of my offers.
Yeah.
And as I'm working with the company, they offered me a different platform, right? They offered me a different platform that in my mind sounded like it was a better platform, had everything. I wouldn't have to, pay for all these multiple things. But I vehemently though, I said no. Because
I'm gonna pay my $297.
Look, I'm gonna pay my $297 so I get my because I want another plaque next year. Because I got my first plaque this year, full transparency. I got my first, 2 Copper Club Award. That's anybody who generates $1 million using the platform. And I said I want another. Honestly, I want a $10 million plaque. So I said, nah, I'm not going nowhere yet.
Yeah.
Because I want to be part of that movement. And so I mean, it's crystal clear to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wow. Like if you, whatever you do, and so insiders, I want you to pay attention. Whatever you do, whatever you provide, create a new opportunity from what you provide and have a future-based call on that.
There it is right there.
Oh,
If they just follow that.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, right there, man.
We want you to come to the challenge, but literally, if you just follow that, you will get results right now. Right now.
Yeah.
New opportunity.
Yo. So here's look. So we're gonna put you on the spot, right?
All right.
So everybody know I run the abundance community. My my community is called the Abundance Community. I am writing a book called Abundance is Your Birthright. I'm creating a new genre, if you will, that's called financial spirituality, right? Because I believe that regardless of what your faith is, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever you believe in, Judaism, law of attraction, the universe, whatever you believe in, if you believe in a higher power and you focus on the source of that higher power, you can be, do, and have anything you want, right?
We both would agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I feel like there's people who have done it, who are starting to do it, that are Christian based.
Yes.
I haven't seen anybody who, who's Muslim or, practices Islam, do it from that perspective. Judaism, it's actually intertwined in their religion. Yeah. So, they've been practicing financial spirituality for a while. Those who, believe in like the law of attraction, if you will, are missing a piece because they just believe, oh my God, I'm going to focus on something and it's going to come to me, but that's not really what it's about. And so I want to create a mass movement around financial spirituality. How do I create this mass movement, and what is my future base called?
Okay. I'm gonna speak on that.
All right, go ahead. I got something for it, but go ahead.
Okay. So we talk about the end goal is the mass movement.
Yeah.
To get waves and waves of people following you. You're helping them. You're serving them. You're taking care of them. Of course, you get paid too.
Yeah.
So before we talk about the mass movement, the very first thing is there's a product.
Yeah.
But the thing about a product is it's like a necessity. It's like a bottled water, and that bottled water is no different than the bottled water at Walmart. It's no different than the bottled water at freaking Kmart. It ain't no different. It's a bottled water. It's like a raw material. That's what a product is. Okay, so like, let's say you're doing coaching. And you're helping people, through spirituality, whatever their spirituality is, but it is spirituality, and you're helping people achieve financial freedom.
Yep.
That by itself is just a commodity. That alone. So the progression of a product, okay, is an offer. So that's that. The product grew up one day and became an offer. So the offer would be, they get the quarterly event, they got the private group. You bring in a coach, an expert subject matter that pulls up once a month. You also get the fit when you come on. You get, how do I bundle all these different things that are symbiotic to that first product? Okay. So for me, if I say I want to do sales training, I'm gonna do sales training. That's just a product. A product is boring. Ain't nobody want no sales training. We don't do sales training. You get the sales training. You get the academy. Mike and Van pull up once a month. You also get drills with a 6-figure high ticket closer. You also have a certification program. And then we load it up. So we got a product in the progression that is an offer. So you got to become a wizard at crafting offers. We're gonna break down the whole science and all that stuff. We're gonna break all that down. So you have to have an offer. Your offer is dope when it hurts, which means you telling your wife, like, man, I feel like I get way too much because I got to serve all these people. You got a good offer when the value, okay, is literally 10 times the ask. So let's say I'm asking for 10K for my product, my offer. That means it got to be $100,000 of value. Okay, so we learned that from a guy named Shakir. This dude done about 40, 50 million on the internet. Okay, so got a good offer when it hurts. You got a good offer when it exceeds 10 times. So we got a product, a commodity. We're gonna do coaching, or we're gonna sell water, and then we got an offer which has all these things. And the progression of that would be the mass movement. Okay, so my thing for you is the charismatic leader. That's done. That's easy. That's nothing for you. You already got that. You already got the messaging. You got the swag. That's nothing. So how do we through messaging convey that new opportunity? How do we do that? Okay, and then again, the feature-based cost, which could be you got certification program, six-figure author club, 7-figure. You got an annual event where every 7-figure or 6-figure gets recognized and get the plaque too. So that's it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's producing content that's speaking to these people every day.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of times we fail because we're not talking about the stuff that we really want to talk about. We're talking about, we're in that safe lane, remember? We're over here with safe.
Yeah.
But we got to be prolific in the content, and we got to actually talk to the spirituality. We got to talk about we call it the nuffs, the pride, the ego, and the jealousy, and the envy, and all the things that keep us away from building real wealth, right? The only way that me and you wouldn't be sitting here today is if I had jealousy and envy that you already had this big podcast and that you was already successful in this, right? And I'm like, man, I ain't sitting down with this dude. Man, I'm gonna go do my own thing, or I'm gonna go sit down with this dude over here, and I'm gonna show him. And that's the thing that's holding us back. Right. So when you can speak to those things, because the opposite of spirituality is evil. The opposite of financial freedom is being a slave to a 9-to-5, or being a slave to, even if you're making a lot of money, but you're doing it unethically. So I would talk to the principles that you stand for, which I know what you stand for, because me and you have had a lot of deep conversations, and put that out there, and then your ideal client gonna raise their hand and be like, ooh, that's what I needed. I'm rocking with him. Whatever he doing, I'm doing. Yeah. Because that's the message that I needed to hear. And I don't see no one else talking about it like that. And then you package that with the new opportunity and the future-based cause. Yeah. And then you get people, and your community gonna blow up. And right now on this camera, I'll say, man, I'm here to speak to your group, to this new community. Yes, sir. Because me and him, and that's why we rock together, have principles. Yeah. that we stand for, that if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. So if you put that out there, man, you're gonna get some really good people in your community. For sure.
Nah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Financial spirituality, baby. We about to do the mass movement. And so, you know, what's, you know, I mean, we talked about, you know, creating the mass movement. You know, creating a future-based call. Like, give me one more, or is there another like tangible thing that an entrepreneur who's watching right now can do, you know, to begin, right? So like, somebody may not be able to identify what their superpower is. What is that thing that they could do to start identifying like who they are and what that superpower is?
Yeah. You wanna go?
Yeah. That for me,
I got something on that.
For me, it was what hasn't worked in your life. Stop doing that. Because it didn't work for a reason. Because you're not in purpose in that lane. The universe is blocking that for a reason, because that's not. So what comes easy to you, what you would do for free, if you had the ability to do it, do that thing. Right? So I would say, listen to your heart, listen to your gut, and stop going down a road that you just get in a wall. Because God is making sure that don't work, because this other thing can't work. This mass movement can't work. This content that you need to produce can't work if this thing works. If that 9 to 5 you got right now works, you ain't gonna be talking about starting this mass movement. If that business that you're in right now that's not worked, you wouldn't be talking about doing this other thing, which is this mass movement that you need to create. So stop going down this road that you hit in a wall. And start listening to your God, to your creator, of where the direction he wants you to go. And I'll give you this last gem. If it's uncomfortable, run towards that. The thing that you want to do is the thing that's uncomfortable. Run towards that. That's God telling you need to go this way, but it's uncomfortable. And it's not easy. Run towards that. That's what I would say.
I love that.
So for me, I meet people and they're like, Mike, you know, you like the sales stuff. You know, you and Van like to do this and that, man. I ain't found my thing, man. You know, I'm 50 years old. I ain't found my thing yet. So I go like this. If we just ACH $10 billion to your account, what would you be doing? Man, I go travel. Okay, cool. What else? I retire my folks. Okay, cool. What else? I go eat good foods. Okay, what else? I get them all to the point where like all the cool stuff and all the travel and the Bentleys and the Rolls Royce, like when they can't even speak on it no more. I said, what would you be doing? Well, I'd really love to help people. Okay, now we actually getting to a point where you're finding some purpose. So I know for me, somebody asked me, my girl Kendra from Atlanta, she said, Mike, why you Van doing 12, 14 hours? I said, man, because it's not even no paper. Like my purpose in life is to help those often left behind. So you go download 10 billion. I'm telling you right now, I look in the straight camera and I tell you, my purpose is to help those often left behind. Van knows the deal. One of the things I brought with Van so tough, Van got a connection with Africa. And when I first met Van, one of the first things I told him when we actually got to know each other, I said, man, there's something about Africa that's just calling me. He said, what you talking about? I was like, bro, I want to go out there and you know, feed people. I want to go set up education. I want to go build a school. He said, man, I'm already ahead of you. He said, man, we feeding families every single month. So what's the point? My passion is to help people. For me, you know, when it's all said and done, once all these M's keep quadrupling, you can't even, you know, we got real estate. And what are we doing? We're going to be helping people. So I would say, like, if just like Van said, if money wasn't a thing, what would you be doing every day? You know, that would be one.
That's good.
Another thing too, about a mass movement, I would say, just get very clear in your messaging. Like what is your message? What do you stand for? And who are you trying to reach? And once you're trying to reach them, what results or change are you trying to get him or her? I would do that. And you know, I'm not really the social media guy. But if what we want to do is start posting content. Social media, Instagram, Facebook is sometimes like the most true, real expression of yourself. My cousin, she like, man, men are not good people. I said, okay, her and Tony going through it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Lynn. But they just posting how they feel. You know, a cat just got a pass to the gym. He been there 3 days. And you're like in the gym now, Instagram, 3 days, right? It's just, it's how you're feeling. It's your thoughts. You know, so You have to have. We'll break this down on the challenge, but you have to have some sort of online presence.
Yeah.
And I would say get 5 things that are dear to you. So it could be like my mother-in-law, the food. It could be motivation. It could be the gym. It could be family. Maybe you're a car enthusiast. You lock down 5 things that you're passionate about, and you just post those on a reel. Oh, so today's I'm posting family. Oh, today I'm posting cars. Oh, today I'm posting the gym. Oh, and what's going to happen is you're going to start talking to your people, your audience, and they're going to say, man, I rock with this. I mess with this. So I know this happened for you, obviously. This happened for Van. This happened for me. People just start scrolling. This guy looks kind of interesting, man. I am some Vietnamese Mexican doing a little Gucci jack with that. Click. Oh, he's a somebody. Oh, they have an Entrepreneur magazine. Oh, message. Hey, man, love what you're doing, man. Big shout out, man. Let's connect soon.
Yeah.
So you start putting it out. You start tracking.
Yeah.
People you're looking to track.
Yeah. No, I love that. And so what would you say to the 9-to-5ers out there? Because there's a lot of people who watch the show who are high earners, who are looking, to create a mass movement, something that's sustainable, but they still have this 9-to-5. What message do you have for them?
I would say that I used to say the 9-to-5 was something that they need to fire. I would say, man, you need to fire your boss.
Yeah.
But I got a different perspective on that now because we got 24 hours in the day.
Right.
And if you get in a bag for 8 hours of that day, continue to get that bag. But guess what? You got another 8 hours, right? So that's 16. I'm gonna still give you 8 to sleep, which you don't really need 8 to sleep, right? But you got another 8 hours to where you're producing content.
Yeah.
You're in self-development, right? You're developing yourself. You're developing your skills. You're developing who you aspire to be.
Yeah.
And then you start posting on social media. Like you have to start posting on social media.
Yeah.
You can post just to find out who your audience is. Try different things out. If you are a dog enthusiast, try to share things on that. If you're a credit guy, try to start sharing your different perspective on that.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube now and you can research anything and you can learn anything. But give your perspective outside of what you're teaching. Give your perspective on things, your opinions. People like to hear authentic opinions. People watch your show because they can hear your authentic opinion about this subject.
Yeah.
It's not about everything about what you're teaching, because you can go, on Google and YouTube, and you can go learn some stuff. What gets people to rock with you is your opinion on these different topics. So I would say get on social media.
Yeah.
Keep that 9-to-5, keep that bag coming in, start generating revenue outside of the 9-to-5. And then once you get to a point to where you feel, hey, I can really roll with this. And if you desire to fire your boss, if that's something that's you feel like it's holding you back or you're not passionate about this thing, then remove that thing and go all in on this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. All right. So 5-day challenge.
5-day challenge.
Where can people, sign up for that challenge and spend 5 days with you?
Yep. Massmovementchallenge.com.
Yeah. Yeah.
So surprised that wasn't taken.
Not only
Look, it was divine.
I'm surprised it wasn't 20 G's.
Right.
Movementchallenge.com.
Yeah.
It's going to be prolific,
Yeah.
to say the least, right? And again, I told Mike, we're not doing this if we're not giving the whole sauce.
Yeah.
Because when you give with no expectation of anything in return, then God is going to bless you so you can keep doing the work.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So tap in massmovementchallenge.com, and I promise you this, you're going to walk away knowing exactly how to start your mass movement, how to scale where you're at right now, as long as you do the work, right? Nothing works if you don't work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't care if you made $1 on the internet or you've done 7-8 figures on the internet. We got something for everybody.
Yeah.
Like pull up, man.
Yeah.
We gonna throw some heat, man. Yeah.
And I'm glad that you said that though too, because being in this space, in this entrepreneurship space, I realized, that's why, we're part of some of the same masterminds. We've all invested over 6 figures in masterminds. And the reason for it is because things change.
Yes.
And a lot of times people have a certain level of success.
Yeah.
Like what worked in 19 is not working in 20.
No.
What worked in 20 is not working in 21. Like literally, as we move, 23 is a special year, right? The things that worked in 22 are not working in 23.
No. Let me give you one gem on that.
Yeah.
And I made a post about this. We came through the age, I think, from like 20 till like this year. Automate your business.
Right. Oh, yep.
Automate.
Yep.
Automate. You can't automate your sales process.
Yep.
You need a human being.
Yes.
That's in that sales process. That's
Yes.
picking up the phone, calling leads.
Yes.
That's getting on Zooms, getting people understanding about your offer. Speaking from stage and thinking that you're just gonna grab millions and millions of dollars from stage without having systems in place and the ability to connect with your community.
Yeah.
That's out the road.
Yeah.
Webinars, getting on webinars and not having real connection with your community is not going to work in 2023.
Yeah.
So you have to create something that gives you the ability to connect with people. People need connection.
Absolutely.
Right? So in 2023, you got to connect, you got to build a movement, and part of a movement is a community. A community needs what? A leader.
Yeah.
A leader leads from the front, doesn't push from the back. So the leader has to come, touch his people, shake hands, kiss babies, and give real value, and not try to automate everything in your business. And that's what we want to teach and give people the perspective on in this 5-year challenge.
Yeah, and I love that because that's one of the things that I think, people hear these buzzwords and they run with them. Like, success loves speed. Yes, success loves speed, but success also loves structure.
Yes.
Right? And so if you go fast without the structure, then you're going to crumble, right? People talk about, passive income. Yeah, you want to create passive income, but passive income, it can't start passive.
No.
Earn income.
Yeah.
Right. You have to start active, and it becomes passive as you create the systems, and then now you have the systems you do document, you delegate, and then even when you automate it, you're still automating using people, using human beings, using people, and eventually you could you can fire yourself from the business once you create the system, but it's still not passive. It's passive to you, but somebody has to be active in it.
God gave us the blessing to be in the top 1% of the 1% entrepreneurs and marketers in the world.
Yes.
With being in the inner circles of the Russell Brunsons and the Myron Goldens and all these people that have are very, very successful.
Yeah.
And one of the things that is being said is like, hey, listen, community.
Yes.
Community.
Yes.
Right? And you can't automate a community.
Cannot, no.
You have to be present.
Yeah.
And for all these guys that want to start a 5-day or a movement, a mass movement, get passive out your mind.
Yeah.
You got to do the work. You got to show up. You got to show up every day. And if you don't show up, it's like you being that favorite restaurant that you go to right now, and then they just close all of a sudden. They didn't warn you. They didn't send an email. They didn't say, hey, we're going to be gone for the holidays.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to people. They're showing up.
Yeah.
And then they want to take 2 weeks off.
Right.
And they forgot to let their customers know that the restaurant was going to be closed.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when the restaurant is closed?
Yeah.
They're going to go eat somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And they're going to figure out, oh, damn, the food is really better over here.
Right. Facts. Yeah.
And you're going to lose your community by not showing up every day. And you can't automate the fact that you need to show up every day and deliver.
Yeah. Listen, y'all, massmovementchallenge.com. Spend 5 days with Mike Barron, Van Taylor. They're going to give you the sauce on how to create a mass movement. If you don't realize that you are you right now, you have a product, a service, you have a superpower that people need. The only thing that's missing is learning how to get that superpower in front of as much people as possible. Because if you could connect with one person and they believe in you, then 100 people, then 1,000, then 1,000,000, like those people need you, but you need to learn how to create the mass movement. But then once you get the people, you got to learn how to close them, right? Sometimes it's not going to take just one or two times, right? It's going to take the, 5, 6, 7, it's going to take time for you to connect with them. So I need y'all to go to massmovementchallenge.com, connect with Van, connect with Mike, spend 5 days. And that's the great thing about the 5-day challenge, again, that I'm very transparent about, is it at least allows people to decide for themselves, right? Low cost. They pay $97 for general admission, $297 for VIP. I suggest everybody go VIP, because now you get like you're connected with Van on this camera, you're connected with Mike on this camera. But if you do VIP on their challenge, you get to ask them questions. You get to ask them about your mass movement and to see if they're a good fit for if you're a good fit for them, if they're a good fit for you, like get into that room and be able to connect with them. If people wanted to connect with y'all, I mean, definitely go massmovementchallenge.com. But if they want to connect with you online, where can they find you?
Yeah, the best place to connect with me is on my Instagram at @TheVanTaylor1 or on my TikTok, official Van Taylor. You'll know. Go watch 6 of my last videos. Go watch 12 of my last videos. You'll know if I'm for you or not.
Yeah.
I put value content out there to speak from my heart and to give real value to the community. So before you even tap into the challenge, go spend 5 minutes on my page and watch 5 videos.
Yeah.
And you'll see if I resonate with you or not. And if it's in your heart, tap into the massmovementchallenge.com.
Come on now. Instagram, the Mike Barron 1, THE, Mike Barron, BARRON 1, and TikTok, the Mike Barron 1.
All right, y'all. We are closing out the vault. Again, make sure y'all tap in massmovementchallenge.com. I promise you, this is going to change your entire life. Matter of fact, I already know this interview has changed your life because it changed mine. Immediately, I'm going to work. And so I know you got some value from it, but get more value. Don't cheat yourself. Go and tap in. Spend 5 days with them. Massmovementchallenge.com. We are closing out the vault. Another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Inside the Vault. Make sure you join the Abundance Community. Go to abundancecommunity.org. We have created the #1 community for financial spirituality. You've got to make sure you tap in. So go to abundancecommunity.org. Go to my website. Follow me, IamAshCash.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at IamAshCash. I'll see you next time, same place. Tell a friend to tell a friend. In God's will. All right, y'all. Peace.